Welcome to a very special podcast with a very special conversation. A conversation that was never supposed to happen. Today, I am with someone who doesn't knock before entering, someone who comes like a scream and leaves behind silence, a guest who doesn't bring comfort but a questions, a guest who is not a person but a force, a disaster. Welcome to the podcast. Let's start the conversation with your introduction. And I want you to introduce yourself, please.
Thank you so much for inviting me in a podcast with such a dangerous introduction. By the way, I'm not a disaster by choice. I'm the result of choices made by others. When forests are destroyed, when glaciers melt, when rivers are choked with waste, I am born. People see me as chaos, but I am only the reflection of what humanity has done to nature. You gave me shape, you gave me strength. I didn't come from nowhere. I came from your negligence.
But why do you keep coming again and again? Every year, in some regions, someone loses everything.
Because no one listens, because warnings go ignored. Your industries keep polluting, your development keeps expanding without care. The temperature rises, glaciers melt faster, and rain becomes heavier. I don't want to return every year, but your actions pull me back. I'm not the cause, I'm the symptom of a much deeper disease.
Still, I have a confusion that why did you always hit the poor? The poor people, the poor regions, people in Gilgit Baltistan, for example, they are not responsible for a global climate crisis. They don't even use a kind of technology, the resources that harm the planet.
You're right, they are not responsible, but they are the most exposed. They live in vulnerable areas, near rivers and glaciers without proper systems of protection. They don't have strong infrastructure, early warning systems, or proper housing. And when the global climate collapses, it's always the poor who suffer first. I reach them not because I want to, but because no one protected them.
Okay, let me guess what you actually want to say. You want to say that the actual problem is a failure of a system?
Exactly. It's not me, it's your failed system. As reported by Dawn in the United Nations Development Program, the Gilgit-Baltistan Disaster Management Authority was created to respond to crises, but it still lacks proper equipment, trained staff, and readiness. The Planning Commission of Pakistan and Dawn highlight that out of a 148.6 billion budget for 2025-26, less than 5% goes to climate resilience or disaster risk reduction. The Pakistan Institute of Development Economics reports GBDMA only has minimal machinery, nowhere near enough for areas like Hunza, Skardu, and Diemer. According to ICI Mod and the Pakistan Forest Institute, the forest cover remains below 4% and illegal logging continues. Without trees, floods worsen and landslides increase. The News and Associated Press of Pakistan confirm Rescue 1122 struggles with delays, poor coordination, and weak response links during emergencies. Donors like UNDP, Green Climate Fund, and WWF Pakistan have invested over 37 million US dollars. But as Prevention Web and UNDP Pakistan report, these projects depend on donor funds and haven't been fully scaled by the GB government. So no, people didn't die because I came. They died because broken systems failed them.
But still, people die, entire villages disappear, animals drown, land becomes lifeless. Don't you feel regret about it?
I do. I don't enjoy destruction. I don't celebrate loss. Every life lost, every animal trapped, every child without shelter. These are not my victories. But I can't control myself anymore. Your systems were supposed to keep me in check. You were supposed to build responsibly, preserve nature, and prepare for change. Instead, you ignored the signs until it was too late.
Okay, you want to say that this is our punishment for hurting the nature, and you are here to teach us something.
I'm not here for revenge. I'm not punishment. But yes, I am a result, a consequence. When you break nature's balance, when you treat the earth like an enemy, the earth responds. You think you can own the planet, but the planet always answers back.
Many people think that you are unstoppable. What is your opinion about it? Can you ever be stopped, or is there any way to prevent you?
Yes, I can be stopped, or at least reduced. But that requires change, not just in policy limited to papers, but in actual field, especially in mindset. You need to protect forests, reduce carbon emissions, invest in climate-resilient infrastructure. You need to listen to scientists, to the communities living in danger, and to the Earth itself. I don't want to be your guest every year, but unless you change, I will keep returning.
Everyone can see you, but few can listen. Today, you have a power to talk. So, what will be your final message to the people listening today?
Don't look at me as the enemy. Look at your systems. Look at your lifestyle. Realize that climate change is not coming, it's already here. And the people least responsible are the ones paying the highest price. You still have time to act, but not much. I am not the first, and I will not be the last.
So, thank you so much for a very different type of discussion. So, this was a voice from other side of distraction. It's easy to blame nature, but difficult to blame ourselves. Maybe this conversation was never with a disaster. Maybe it was with our own reflection. Because future depends on what we do next.